Now, John Dramani Mahama is boldly speaking. And this is the first time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who happens to be the President of the Republic of Ghana, he is speaking directly to President Donald Trump. The aid of what we told you with immediate effect, citing various things and answer various concerns from the United States of America. Now, John Dramani Mahama kupie ewa monone Europe to be precise. No kupie mu hono ena if any say IMF ni World Bank from we forum no Fred John Dramani Mahama. You see, and be a leader, and as well be the new leader in Ghana. So we want to know, okay? See, and be a leader no. Trump say 8, US 8. Or the various countries or mere developing countries, no. He's going to withhold it, and even aside from that, the funds, the donations, USA, they wouldn't be doing it. They paused it for now. It be cry indefinitely through this whole Trump era. Now, Ebanesano and John Dramani Mahama, you pose a question, man. John Dramani Mahama, you've heard Trump's tariffs, you've heard what he said, you've heard some of the concerns that we make it. Now, Africa, you not be getting money, and now you've come into a government, okay? You've come into government, but then what you came to meet was basically debts and other expenses are currently Ghana Niska. Now Mahama gave a classic response. Now man forecasted this guy Adrini Kutano 10 times. You go see some of the teacher when we come back, we continue this whole issue.
What is the new system that you would want to create both for trade and aid? Assuming that the US is doing what it's doing, what is everyone else going to need to do now?
Well, self-reliance is not only at the national level, but on the continental level. And there's good news coming out of Africa, like she said. Most countries have ratified the protocol on continental free trade in Africa. And that trade is beginning to grow steadily. We're able to export tariff-free into our countries. Of course, there are obstacles because our trade channels have been the colonial trade channels between us and Europe and not amongst ourselves. So one of the things we need to deal with first is how we develop the infrastructure to be able to exchange goods amongst ourselves. Already, most countries are allowing free movement of people. And so if we have free movement of goods and services across the continent, I think that it will fill a huge gap in South-South trade, and that will benefit all our countries.
And do you think that the actions of the Trump administration will accelerate Africans' determination to do this? Will it finally actually happen, the African Free Trade Area?
Definitely it will. Definitely we will learn to be more self-reliant as a continent and to trade more amongst ourselves because there's a lot of room there for expanding trade.
Basically, this was the concern and the response of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama is not only two. Let me break it down. Opache say Africa, a quite fast a Bruni and a colonial masters in the 1800s, in the 1700s, as far back as the early 1900s. Niema edited to Akwemu trading between countries. It was done by a colonial master. It is that time Ghana was taken over by British. Burkina Faso by France. So they traded as if they were trading in Europe. What I say? Because they were trading based on colonial prowess and a colonial territory. And John Dramani Mahama said we can't continue to use the playbook of the colonial rule or the colonial perhaps demarcation and also the colonial trade pacts. We need to evolve. We need to break all the barriers of trade, all the barriers of trade. Need to me allow free flow of trade because you won't say now we are left to fend for ourselves. Maybe this will be the beginning of Africa's prosperity because say in Pian, so one can fish for yourself. I need to be a man fisher. You feel like you need to be reliant on someone. That comes to the word. And then the second thing John Dramani Mahama kind, self-reliance. Mahama said we have to be self-reliant. How can we be self-reliant? We need to decrease more imports. Okay? And your friend is saying increase exports. Even if Abrofono, they will not allow us to bring most of our goods into their country. Why do we bring so much rice into the country if we can equally produce the same amount and quality amount of rice? Why don't we start also doing some of the things? We have metals here. Let's do the things here. And I said, United States of America. Why wouldn't we take it from Kenya? If Kenya is good, and now they can produce paint, let us import paint from Kenya. If you're also good and we can produce, your friend is a metal, iron, steel, Kenya should also take it from us. So that's beginning of free trade amongst us. And self-reliant. And I was happy to say the last time, Kenya ex-president, when he was tackling this same issue about Trump, the aid pausing of aid, he mentioned we need to be self-reliant. So this is exactly what is really going on at for definitely you need the indemnity.
Ntika mem ke fie no mempa bi ontime koto anje misika wodi tua etwe obi a wo ma oba sika bia sika no wo to agu aboa bibini ye knaman ntimai mese ne ba no kura no we ama bibini awo kura anya makono o papa ne o maame unuanom nyina omu sika nyina ne omu resources aboa wo omu pian ko school na beboa unua nketewa no enu nti na omde omsika nyina aboa wo okodu school awie school wayeye sika wo ye adwuma wunya no udi tuatwe abra obetim di aba hwe unua nketewa ni bi school ama omo nso ayeye na abusua na ye big no wodi akohan dan na wodi atoka atopetrogu obam because of check 5 minutes obepe wo ya boa okagidion wase mo fire bibini ya boa oroma regale timehwe ne sa adam ko na mka kire boy ni say unim se wo ya ewiase ni panyina wo we chimi we ya boa enti obanti wabusua wo se wabusua sabi na ama ojaba no obisi Akufo-Addo ebekunti Trump de oba obeduru ya afi pepepe Akufo-Addo beku Ghana ha ya MPP for na no omunim se Akufo-Addo yewudi ni dada enu ntina enu adan na samwa ne ho se emebe ka kire Akufo-Addo se ono ope obi akuno nkuku ne na ne mma anya metwe Jonas na obi nipa bi antimi nkumi obi na Trump no kohumi wona de ma banya na mhye me manhye mi mpie ofui memenye wo fa enu ampia akombedi na muwu minya msika manfa anko ne oba Ghana ho menini nyina ye investment ntimi dadam no investment na wo interest basa aboa menyansa ne kura me ofui entina Trump ne ISIS police na ma mo chichi nkofo yi memehye inside mempie ofui mi pia met BMW ana met Bentley ana met Rolls Royce eno muhumia no ma salute me na mkomba bi omunim say migrant bi entiment na kawe enti se otima wo ye citizen kura no we boroso to the stairs we bia am governor bi office and ambassador bi wo offer because order $1 million scam onye immigrant or romantically enti America no say no mo chi ade no sentina na bibini ani age Trump awini na ne ho yam sere no bibini wo ye dan wonye Americani emfa ho si ya wo ha ya still ye chi immigrant for ye chi mofra entina omubu afu na omunim sesa na be no kwasea na immigrant no nanim ne wo akatani manim ye pe Europe ni free Europe ba America oye broni nti enka se oye ana obeya citizen wa enka se oye European America o ye kan se oye Americani bibini every Africa bedane citizen wa ye friend African American still Africa dawdion enti ye don bechi wafra enti omo afi no mudi Trump attempts we racist kwasea na mudi nipa na ba no o ka kirem se oba oba bechi obi ade nako na mo ne na ba bibini bia ebe gina ho because only immigrant in difference in enti ye gina ho ne ye control mo na musu kwasea ye control man no musu and ezi ati bibini bia na mazisi wa den website ashen bottom because ye control now say me website ni emonye eno kra no the website mo ebetimi edi be 3 hours ni enya because ye do kwhye car no anse ya frɛ hospital verify say ye wo ho ampa anse ye jaw enti delay on time nyina be say enti ene no America no Trump na ba no say wajimi aden a ye deport to Africa bibini ba wu nim se wo no so ho ne mfaso ti say Africa ni na pepe kwasia ugina ho a wonum wi no mo pe wache dada ba mu hu kwan bi amfa nche nti omo ye omso omo ye sorry they don't know say we American ni no match wafra nti omo ko run information omo ye say we criminal no mo hwe dada na omo de wahye prison boko omo nya obio wakam nti omo pe indirect achichi abibifo na fra but omo hu reason omo mpese omo beba begimi abe Black Lives Matter nti omo fa kwan bia so wakodi bone da nti omo mu de ofra ikudura near before see any investigation who say we are citizen and ya wo kroma no na ya run o crime a wadi nyina hwe say o crime no deserve so dem an no na pian de we prison no aboa prison na mo da no a form of job creation a law enforcement for no more ska it is ya Trump sika e de boa other countries US aid Bosnia ye de ma Africa man panyini fo ni nyina watwam o de ska nyina ma police fo na di no ma yira mo achi criminals enti esi ade obi awu enti na me hye me mansion mo no me ni obi ani asem me aboa tatia o say wiana ba me sisa enuane akogu me bom na snow ana nsuo to amadidi da eno no ma ye no me wonuane gum fridge me ni obi ani asem but me ma yam hihye ko adwuma me nko kanchire obi say onen krata. What you say? Retanya about say keep it cool, bro. Keep it cool, but a little patient for Mahama. Let's give him a little bit time so he can sort out things. Ghana politics is not the same as US. Okay, thank you, Retanya. But I trust you, Rita. You are the most sensible woman and sensible female I've ever seen so far. You are the best. I really do appreciate my Rita. I love you so much. I'll give John Mahama a little bit time. So me say time no ekona untimi nya hwedi an ma bekaja agum. But at this moment there, I'm going to take the advice. Now I take more advice from my lovers. Adias here. Anti Trump no say o de me bana ama Kufuado akumene de. Se Kufuado na bom pa se me ba mbinya me akumia. Me ni ba bia ba. Se ria me cho na me ba se sa na mo kan dia me before se me medical ba no. Me medical me kisho se obi akun Kufuado ansa na maba. Because obi pro akun a se onso ye fast mi kunu nya sa o trama ni kun wi afi na ko blemu wan. Enti se Kufuado se me ba na obekum dia me Trump na kru hu me dodge nda bia. Until say me who say was slow down.